becoming very well known for your sort of tech as a firm, and also with your introduction of Incase. How important do you feel that tech is now for PI firms, and are enough of them embracing new apps and new ways of doing business?
Technology, I think, has been important in businesses for a number of years. It's becoming more important, certainly in the PI sector, because the operating costs haven't gone down, whereas the profits available to firms have. They've been capped and curtailed and sliced in half, more or less, by legislation, by powers beyond the industry. And that has meant that law firms and certainly personal injury firms have to look to maximise what margins they can and change their strategies. So I think what was a common statement post-LASPO was either get big or get niche. I don't totally buy into that because I think that businesses can still survive as they do, or as they did, if they manage the way in which they organise their business, more than actually in terms of the business that they do. So I think personal injury firms, whilst have always adapted to change, because I've been in the personal injury sector now 16 years, and it has gone through so many changes over that time. But one thing I do know is personal injuries do know how to adapt and change. But I think technology plays a massive part here, because it allows you to scale very quickly. It provides huge economies of scale in itself. And personally, always been interested in technology. For me, it wasn't actually about changing the way we delivered our service, dumbing down or getting big or getting niche. It was actually about moving with the market. The consumers wanted more technology, from my experience, my research, and I felt it was a good way to continue to deliver what we were doing. But there was a big portion of the market that wanted more use of technology, so it made perfect commercial sense for me to offer that out. And lo and behold, so far it's been a success. I think personal injury firms are now having to look at whether it is a cost-effective solution. Any sort of change to their business. A handful of years ago, they would have had enough profit to suck it and see. I believe that is not so much the case. There is much tighter control on spend. There's a much more acute awareness on the return on investment of anything, and rightly so. Partners and the financial directors want to make sure that any investment in a piece of technology works for them, and they need to get as close to being sure as that before they will make the decision. That sometimes that slow decision can be costly.